Right, it's sort of been a while since I've made a video, because there really hasn't been too much to talk about. But yeah, then of course you get an idea this morning, fresh off watching the Chinese Grand Prix. So you kind of have to see if the algorithm wave works. So firstly, yeah, it's a bit messy. You could see, just turning out around the studio, but yeah, so guess this is something that has started popping up, and particularly when the source is the likes of Autosport, which is still one of the most respected publications in motorsport, and particularly Formula One. The word is, of course, is the word is that Liam Lawson could very well be demoted to VCARB. I don't know whether you call it a demotion, but I guess VCARB, or the team that is currently known as VCARB was formerly Alpha Tauri, Minardi, Toro Rosso. Have I missed any names? Anyway, the word is, according to Autosport, that Kiwi Liam Lawson could very well be be demoted to VCARB, with Yuki Tsunoda taking his place alongside Max Verstappen in of course, the number one Red Bull team. Look, and I did mention the word demotion, because obviously it is, the VCARB team has always been the junior team. Although to be honest, personally, having seen, I think this would be a good thing. I don't think this is a demotion. In fact, I think this would be the end of some sort of punishment, because look, I guess, for Liam, for Kiwis, it has been, certainly those following Liam Lawson, it certainly has been this last fortnight has been a very, very hard watch. So I guess maybe we should have seen the signs in testing when there was limited running and Lawson wasn't exactly lighting up the time charts. But certainly, yeah, with the, it's testing being testing, we didn't really take much attention. But of course, coming to Melbourne, we always knew that Grand Prix weekend was always going to be where the rubber hits the road, to use a car pun. And yeah, look, Melbourne, it was quite evident from FP1, FP2, FP3 qualifying that, it has been a massive, massive struggle for Lawson. I don't think this is even climbing Mount Everest. I think he's trying to get onto the moon without so much as a rocket ship to combat Earth's gravity. It's certainly been a struggle. It's been it's been very evident that it's now hard evidence to see that that Red Bull car is clearly designed for one man only, and that's Sir Max Verstappen, who likes his pointy car. And look, Liam Lawson, I should say, firstly, I think Lawson still deserves to be in F1, but I certainly don't think he deserves to be in this position where, it's a car that's clearly designed for one driver, and he just does not have the experience to be able to deal with that, certainly I've watched Formula One for 25 years. I mean, you've seen the likes of Michael Schumacher with Max's dad, Jos. Look, he at least managed to get there on the podium. I've just never seen a car that is just so designed for one driver. It is. I've actually just thought there was a famous word, where from taking another sport, cricket, where I think someone's turned up to a test match where the ground is covered in oil and the wickets have already been bailed. Look, I mean, we've seen the likes of, Sergio Perez. We've talked a lot about Max's teammates in the past, likes of Sergio, like Perez, Checo, Alex Albon, Pierre Gasly, how they've come and gone. But I think, the fact is, I guess, the difference now, I think things have actually got a lot worse. And for Max, whoever is going to be Max's teammates, the team has which I guess it's a natural progression when the team has won 4 titles. People forget Max is still the drivers' world champion, the reigning world drivers' champion, and the team has pretty much been is used to the cycle of just developing the car for Max. And certainly, particularly last season, where it was quite clear Red Bull were not going to win the constructors, that all the development was going towards Max's car, to the detriment of Sergio Checo. So. And yeah, I think what we're seeing with Liam is, it's pretty much been all abandoned. But I guess, so look, it is. I guess we had Melbourne, which which certainly was a bit of a qualifying is as we've seen, Lawson qualified 20th, China he qualified 20th, and look, about 1 second finished about he was pretty much on average 1 second off the pace in China. It's the worst start by any Red Bull driver, including anyone who's been Max's teammate. So yeah, it is not good. And yeah, I mean, there's even do we start to compare that with when Luca Badoer was Ferrari number two, had to take over for Felipe Massa. So look, so I think if he goes to VCARB, I think that might not be the worst thing, because that VCARB, in my opinion, that VCARB looks is probably a better car to drive for any rookie. You see how well Isaac Hadjar has done, who's a driver was a bit nervous about, but Hadjar's had apart from that, not making the grid for Australia and China, he raced really, really well. And yeah, so I think, I guess if Liam wasn't a key rider, we've clamored for Yuki Tsunoda to be Max Verstappen's second command. I think Yuki, with his confidence, might very well be able to get a little bit more out of that car. I certainly don't think he'll qualify 20th. And Yuki and Max are quite similar drivers. They like pointy cars, so I think that switch would sort of make sense. And certainly for Liam, I think it is kind of like I guess, to use an euphemism, to take kind of like removing the life support where it's there's just no hope. And I think certainly Liam doesn't deserve to have his F1 career just ended by these two, on the back of these two races. As particularly what we've seen in the past when he's been in in the VCARB AlphaTauri, his race car is good. I think he just needs he needs time to improve his qualifying, but I don't think he's going to be able to do that in the Red Bull. But yeah, so what and I guess it's fortunate that he is in the Red Bull have these four cars, and I think I do not think that they'll silly usher him out straight away like they did with Daniel Ricciardo, Nick de Vries, although it's Helmut Marko, so what we know. So yeah, what are your thoughts? Is Liam Lawson set to race for the white Red Bull car instead of the blue one in Japan, which as has been emphasized many times, it's a track that he knows? Is this a good thing for Liam, Red Bull, and the whole Red Bull team, to be honest? So yeah, I'd like to hear your thoughts, and yeah, of course, if you like this video, feel free to like, and don't forget to subscribe.